Good evening. Good evening, all. Should we put subtitles underneath Michael that just says munching? Eating more chocolates. Yeah, I'll let Michael empty his mouth first. And we'll crack on. Where are we now? While I finish off loading. There we go. There we go. There we have Michael munching.
Sorry, guys. I'm like countdown then. I literally finished off a nice bun. I was like, oh, actually, I can't finish it off here. And
Yeah, I know that feeling.
yeah, so how you been?
Not too bad, not too bad. Enjoyed my weekend away up in South Scotland. I haven't put any photos up on the page because I ain't on Facebook at the moment. So,
Yes.
yeah, just had a breakaway for the weekend. That's why I went on Sunday.
Yeah.
I'm sure everyone understood. But, yeah, I'm back. It's my little breakaway, feeling a lot more energised. Ready to see what the weather is going to bring us.
Yeah. Let's see if this wet weather continues.
Indeed. I know there's been mention of the more storms over in America on the western coast, on the Pacific coast. Also had a look at the 10-day trend earlier, and still on about the MJO, the storms over in the western Pacific. Madden Julian oscillation.
I was going to say Madden Julian. I thought I must say the right words there.
Just say what you see, mate. Just see what you see.
So yeah, out of work, I'll be sacked.
I know I could be as well if I say what I want to. Anyway, but yeah, they were on about that and how it's going to affect our weather in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, that might be worth looking at later on in the stream. Luckily today, I don't have to go anywhere quick, as I explained to Michael. I'm back on my normal shift pattern now. So
yeah,
I might not be on Sundays, but I'll try my best to. But yeah, I work Sundays usually, so you might only get me on Thursdays.
We'll sort some out.
We'll sort something out. We'll if we have to jiggle it over to a Saturday or something like that, then we'll work something out.
No, definitely.
But yeah, how have you been anyway, Michael?
Don't ask. It's not been a great start to the year, really.
I know the feeling. That's why I went on my little break, just to declutter my mind. But yeah, work's very busy at the moment.
And mine needs to change.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. It's just absolutely bonkers. It was that busy the other day. They had to shut down the picking lines, shut down the conveyor, and there was loads of stock on the floor. Not literally on the floor, but in the boxes, as it is when you pick and pack. And then they were trying to get all the next day stuff out. Luckily, they got that out, and then we were on the next day stuff.
Yeah.
So by 10:30, 11 o'clock that night, I come off here on Thursday. I'd literally got to work, and they were like, "You're just going to have to wait."
Oh.
But I was still getting paid. I was still getting paid my basic wage, so I weren't complaining. But yeah, and luckily I had that weekend away. So yeah, back to work on Sunday. Back to the madhouse. So yeah, brilliant. So where are we starting today then, Michael?
Right, we're going to have a look at the latest flooding. Sorry, I'll try again. Cannot get rid of this. Not as bad as it has been, to be honest.
Flood warning, yeah, you're just getting rid of yours.
Right, let's go straight onto it. Let's put that into full screen. There we go.
Nice.
So at the moment, we have 77 flood warnings and 159 flood alerts. I'm not going to go through them all, but we'll have a look at the flood warnings and not the flood alerts. Yeah. Otherwise, we'll be here till Easter.
I'd put the map on. Try the map. It'll give us an idea of where everything is then, on which side. So it's more down the Severn and across the southwest, mostly, and then the rest of them are more towards the northwest and the like the Black Country, Midlands, and all that.
So I couldn't find the zoom in button.
Yeah, yeah. So it looks like it's down the Severn estuary.
Yeah, you
Actually,
can
no.
tell what the River Severn is, can you?
Yeah, because like Wales has been getting quite a lot of rain recently, hasn't it? So
Yeah, then it goes straight into the River Severn, and as we know, it's
exactly.
what not the longest river. I think it's the longest river in the UK, but it is one of the longest.
Yeah,
If it picks up from the Welsh mountains, quite a bit of it goes through into like West Midland, far West
yeah.
Midlands, and down into the Severn estuary.
Shropshire, Herefordshire, Gloucestershire. Yeah, Shropshire. Yeah, because it goes one side of Telford, doesn't it? And all that
Yes,
way.
Shrewsbury as well.
Ironbridge. Yeah, goes through
Beautiful.
Ironbridge.
Oh yes, I've been through there quite a few times,
Yeah, so
especially back in my old days.
yes. Let's have a look on the Weather Fans page because I haven't had a look for the last bit.
So look, because I've been there many times, I kind of know what the river levels is
Yeah.
normally is. So I'm just having a quick look at the normally tells you, I can't see it at the minute.
Mm-hmm.
Normally tells you how high it is.
Yeah. Come back to you. There we go. Yeah, it is level. There it is. So that should tell you
Yeah,
there. The average now of
I've
quite
seen
high.
it higher than that. I've seen it. I've actually seen it over 5 meters before, so it's still about a meter lower than
Yeah.
I've seen in the past.
Yeah, I think it's risen about to 6 meters above normal before now when we've had severe floods.
I think their highest level I think is 5.22 at that location there.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go back.
Bewdley's another place as well, isn't it? Bewdley's another place, and then what's the name of the place? It's further down the Severn anyway, where Cathedral and all that.
Tewkesbury.
Tewkesbury, that's the one. Christ, I lived down there for so long and I still can't remember.
So quickly run through them. The 77 flood warnings, 8361 at East Ling to Boroughbridge, the Bristol Avon. Actually, I'm not going to.
It's pretty much the Avon. It's all the main ones and some groundwater flooding.
If I just slowly scroll through.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know, I've seen that the other day, that name. The groundwater flooding at Piddle Valley. What a name that is.
Must have wet itself.
Yeah. Takes the P, really, doesn't it?
It does take the P and the Q. There's a
So,
Q.
yeah, as we're scrolling down, these are the flood warnings at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Even to the North Sea.
Yeah, they'll be all.
As I was walking mostly home from work earlier on, our river's quite high, but not quite burst its banks as yet.
You're by the one that goes through Walsall, aren't you? The Tame. Sorry.
I've actually got two. I've got the River Anchor that goes from Nuneaton, then through like the little villages through to Tamworth, where it meets up with the River Tame.
Yeah.
Which then the River Tame meets the River Trent at Burton.
It does.
And where I live now, it's actually the River Anchor, which is just literally, I could walk to the River Anchor in about less than 2 minutes.
Whereas it's all becks and little rivers around by me. I think the nearest river to me is the Spen or the Calder.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be the Calder in Dewsbury. But I don't think there's anything over this side that's, no, I don't see any at becks that I know anyway. It's mostly, like I say, more towards the west where the rain's been just coming in.
I think I heard on the Met Office this morning that parts of the southwest have had nearly around about 100 millimetres of rain overnight. So it's not a surprise, really. They've got flood alerts down there.
Yeah, just don't look at.
But in a way, there's not many of those big rivers that we've got. I said about the River Severn or the River Trent. It's like almost like smaller rivers, so they're going to flow into the sea. I presume a lot quicker than the woods.
Yeah,
where if it's raining in Wales, it takes about a good few days up to a week for it to be back out into the sea again.
Mm-hmm.
But these are the flood alerts that I'm just quickly running through.
Yeah.
Nearly 200, so I'm not actually going to read them all out. So
No,
be
just slowly scroll through them.
It's taking a lot longer than I expected, actually.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm just going to send myself some pictures so I can show everyone where what the weather was like while I was away.
Near the bottom now. The wallops. I like that now.
Middle wallop.
And there's your 15 flood warnings been removed in the last 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So that's flood warnings from the Environmental Agency for England. I haven't got the Welsh one or the Scottish. So that's just for England only.
Yeah.
And there's a possibility some of these will continue to be at a steady figure or may rise a little bit with the more rain coming through the next 48 hours or so.
Yeah. Excuse you.
Excuse me. Is there anything? Yeah, so I'll stop the share for that now. What would you like to go to next?
Do you have the UK weather warnings? Or do you want me to do them?
If you got them,
I've got them up. Yeah, I've got them up, mate. Just give me 2 seconds. I was just busy getting some pictures from my messenger over to show everyone. But I'll do that in a minute. Right. Trying to remember how to do this after a week away. Yeah, UK weather warnings. There we go. Right.
And you're now on full screen.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. We've got 2 wind warnings, mostly across what they call it, the Northern Ireland and across the the northwest of England and North Wales. Strong winds may bring disruption to transport and infrastructure. Wind will increase from the west during Thursday afternoon with a period of gales, locally severe gales across Northern Ireland during the evening. Winds will then strengthen through the Irish Sea and affect coasts of northwest England and northwest Wales before easing across all areas through the early hours of Friday morning. Gusts of 45 to 55 miles per hour are likely for many, with 65 to 70 mile an hour gusts possible around exposed hills and coasts, as well as strong winds. Some heavy showers are likely, making for some difficult travelling conditions. Large waves could be an additional hazard. And that's in the usual part of the matrix. Yep. So medium likelihood, low impact. And that's until 3 o'clock in the morning. Right. Let's go to.
Is there two? There's one for Northern Ireland and one for Northwest England. Is that what the 2 warnings are for?
Yeah. It's the 2 warnings are just, as you can see, separated.
There we go.
They're just separated. So if I click on that, it's the same. Click on that, it's the same. So yeah, the 2 and the 1.
So, yeah,
they're just 2 the same. Yeah, I was going to go onto the GFS and have a look at what might be in store for the states. So I was going to share that and then come over to what our weather is going to be like for the week ahead. So I'll quickly go to share this tab. There we go.
Oh, you're straight on.
Brilliant. Yeah, it's because I can switch in the tabs. Right, so as you can see there, we want to be looking in this area down here. So that'll be like Northern California. This is California. Well, and then up in towards Washington State. Basically, the West Coast's going to get a battering this weekend. So we'll just have a quick look at that. As you can see, the rain there coming into...
They're kind of similar pattern to what we're in at the minute, aren't they? The West Coast is getting battered.
Yeah, it's the jet stream at the moment. Like you can see the jet stream's just diving down there and then it's amplifying and then probably going right down here and then back up. We'll have a look at that in a minute when we come to GFS with you. Be good to look at the American side of the jet stream. So yeah, it comes into Canada, as you can see there, into California, just down here and into the Rockies. And then that moves inland for Saturday. So I want to think. And then Sunday, you can see there, more rain coming in. So two lots of rain, one Saturday, one Sunday. That goes through. And then we've got another bout of rain coming in for Monday. So 3 days on the trot. You know, obviously it's quite hilly around there, quite mountainous. So whatever heavy rain does fall will fall into them narrow channels and just cause mayhem again in them same areas. It was Montecito was the last one at the weekend where all the royal, all the rich people live. So yeah, and then it seems to ease up a little bit with a ridge of high pressure, but still some showers coming in. This is Wednesday. So there's a little bit more rain coming in, but not much. Still influenced by this ridge of high pressure here. This might be worth watching coming into Canada. So there's a succession coming in just along the Bering Strait there. There's the Bering Strait. And they're just coming in out of probably northern China, eastern Russia, somewhere like that. And there's just succession of them coming across the Bering Strait. We have another one here, actually. It might be worth watching. So, yeah. It's very much like Michael said, it's very much like the pattern we've got at the moment, where the West is just getting the worst and the East is getting away with it, really.
Also, they've got high pressure trying to move. How's that moving in, actually, to the western coast there?
Yeah. I'm just trying to remember the way the winds go clockwise, anti-clockwise, anti-cyclone, so it's anti-clockwise. So it goes that way.
So clockwise with high pressure.
Yeah, I forget. My brain's just like a sieve. So yeah, there's a high pressure there out in the Eastern Pacific. This is Monday next week, so well into the unreliable time frame. And it looks like it settles down after Monday or Tuesday.
Looking at that there, you can see like it's got a bit of amplification there with the patterns getting more high pressure.
Yeah, I'm just going to have a quick look to see if I can find the jet stream on this. It'd be in the upper dynamics. No. Thermodynamics. Nope. Lower. Nope. Precipitate moisture. Nope. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to just quickly whiz over to the Western Pacific and see what is going on over there, as we were just talking about the Madden Julian in the Western Pacific, and see where that's coming from. So we'll go all the way back to the beginning. It catches up. So we've got, it's hard to make out, but there's the east coast of, I think that's Russia, and down into, I think that's Taiwan over here. Maybe Hong Kong, I don't know. No, Hong Kong's a smaller island. That's over here.
Isn't that Japan? Wait, just to
Japan. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Japan. Yeah, Taiwan's down here. Right there. So we've got this massive area of low pressure here out in the Western Pacific.
Central Pacific.
Central Western Pacific, yep. So we'll go on. And that's obviously there. Got the jet stream probably going something along that line there. And let's move that on, as you can see. low pressure actually retreats westwards with the high pressure then moving eastwards. So that then brings now a bit of an amplification there, I would say, because it's coming north out of China and Russia, well, Russia really, and then hits that thing there and then shoots off this way. So this will be what's causing the amplification in the jet stream. The Madden-Julian oscillation, as they call it. And then that moves along, as you can see there. So that, I believe, would be causing an amplification. And there we go. We've got some more here over Japan, just to the east of Japan. So, yeah, these are what they call a Madden-Julian. I've never really looked into that. I've heard of it and I've seen it in the forecasts and stuff. But I've never really looked into it. I mean, this could affect us going a week or two down the line. And as you can see there, that starts moving way into the thing. That could be a potential cyclone there, or maybe even a typhoon, given how deep it is. Probably only a small scale typhoon or something like that. But then you got another low here starting up. So I think these are what will be, causing the Madden-Julian to kick into gear. And there you go. There's another low. And then there's another low coming out of the South China Sea, I think it is. Quote me if I'm wrong in the comments. So, yeah, I think these are these lows that are coming out of China, Russia, Japan, what we're going to be causing the amplification further down the line for us in a couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks. So, yeah, this is Friday next week. You can see there two lows, and yeah, it just keeps going, spawning lows, just keeps spawning lows. So yeah, I just thought I'd bring that with just to show, because there's been a lot of talk about that. Like I said in the in our in the Met Office weather stuff. So I'm going to go now to our weather and bring the UKV. Voila. Quicker than a train at Houston Station on strike day. There we go. Right, so let me see what I can do here. I think it's... There we go. Right. I'm sorry if it's a bit small, guys, but this is the only way I will be able to do it properly. So we've got rain coming in across Scotland. This is where the highest winds... Whoop, it's giving it away. Go away. Yeah, so the highest winds are going to be across Northern Ireland here. And as that band moves through, let me just avoid going too far into the future. Otherwise, I'll be called Marty McFly. As you can see there, this splodge of rain here will be moving across northern areas. So this will be bringing the heavy winds across the Fylde coast into the Lake District, Cumbria, maybe even southern parts of Scotland and northern Wales tonight. That then moves across northern England, gets stuck across the Pennines and breaks up. So it'd be interesting to see how much rain comes out of that. I don't think it'll maybe affect the Ouse and the tributaries like the Wharfe and the Aire.
I reckon maybe 20 to 30 millimetres.
Do worthwhile checking. It's done it again.
Behave yourself.
Right, let me have a look. Why don't I precipitate? I can't see. Never mind. So,
I can't see because I need a magnifying glass.
I know, I do apologise. It's just the only way I can do it reliably. Right, let's try again. That might be a bit better. So, let me go over here. I'm just going to do it the old-fashioned way. So that rain moves out and leads into showers through tomorrow morning. They then die off and then start back up again around dinner time. Another band of rain moving into the west across northern Wales, southern parts of Southern Ireland, maybe into the Highlands as well, and islands, and that then moves into Northern England and south as well. This will be what
Looking very
causes
wet
the
there
pattern
for
shift.
Saturday morning.
Say that again, mate.
Looking very wet there for Saturday morning.
It is indeed, especially across Wales here, which won't help with the flooding situation with the Severn and probably the Vyrnwy and the Taff and rivers like that that flow into the big,
I suppose being a dry down Friday is going to just help the rivers a little bit, but
it
not
will
much.
do. It won't help them by much.
Give
So
a bit of a window.
that moves through quite quickly on Saturday, and that's then what causes the pattern change for us. So as you can see, you'll see now that the wind's going to move in from the north or northwest. As you can see, there you go. There's the northern. Well, this is an occluded front, so it isn't going to drop the temperatures dramatically. And as you can see there as well, on Saturday night, some snow across Northern Hills, into the Dales Peak District, over the highest peak, so probably around about 300 or 400 feet. And you can see there's one sort of streamer.
If you go back, that band over Scotland as well, if you go back a few hours.
Yeah.
Like, especially up there, that band coming down over Scotland, maybe over the high ground where it's going to be snow.
Yeah, so look at the snow depth for that. So yeah, there's quite a bit of snow there, and then you can see the snow then moves in quite a bit of snow as well across. It might be over egging it around about 4 to 6 inches across the highest ground, up over the Cheviots, the lakes, southern uplands, and into the Cairngorms. Looks quite snowy there. Go back to precipitation and cloud. As you can see, there's a bit of a streamer sets up there coming in from the northwest. Let's go forward a couple more hours. So this is Monday. So that's Sunday there. So snow showers across western and maybe into North Wales, but this is showing more towards the Fylde Coast, Preston, Lancaster, and into the Dales, and maybe into the Lancashire Pennines as well. And then that moves in, and then we've got this little feature down here. There we go. So snow then is into the Welsh Marches, the Black Mountains, somewhere like that. As that comes in up against the cold air that's in place, that then moves all south, and you can see snow showers rather than prolonged spells of snow. So given the time of year, over the high ground it'll stick, but more probably below 100, 200 meters it may stick. And it may.
I can take a look at the snow level.
Yeah, we'll have a look at the snow levels on the GFS in a moment. And as you can see there, that then continues into next week. So Tuesday, this is a little bit of a feature there moving down. But yeah, so we're into a pattern change. So as that thing moves through on Saturday, this feature here, this low pressure, which will be more south than the usual ones. So it'll be down here somewhere. See if I can bring the mean sea level pressure up. There we go. So yeah, as you can see there, it's a bit more further south than recent ones, which have been coming more across northern Scotland, and then obviously the warm front and a cold front. But this one's more to the south. So you can see that then moves across on a weird angle. So it goes more this way from the southwest up to the northeast. And then that then allows, as it fills and moves over towards Scandi, allows the northerly to kick in then. But like I said, this isn't going to be a bitterly cold northerly like we had in December. I mean, that took a few days to set up as well. So, it's going to be a very slack. But then, as you can see there, the northerly is now starting to kick in by Monday, and then it moves into a northwesterly. This is what we're watching out on, how much cold air is going to come out of Greenland and the Arctic. Because some have been saying like -10 might come out. So have a quick look on Tuesday. We got -6, -7. So easily over high ground, it'll be sticking over the highest ground. So, like I say, around about 300 meters, I would say. Let's see how much the initial. Yeah, the initial one has like -10 over Scotland, and -8, -9 during the nights, during the days as well. Sorry, guys. There we go. So during the day, only increases by a few degrees. We'll just have a quick look at the maxima. So even though it's saying there, it's at 12 o'clock, we may get like 1s and 2s across the east. Obviously, anywhere that's exposed to the wind is going to be in negatives, especially over high ground. As you can see there, look, across Snowdonia, the Welsh Marches, the highest parts of the Pennines, Southern Uplands, and the Cairngorms. They'll be in negative territory. Yes, I'm going to let Michael swallow his pop, and I'm going to pass it over to him. There we go.
I wasn't doing anything, honest.
It's all yours, mate.
Yeah, let's go straight and have a look at the latest facts charts from the good old Met Office.
Someone's saying, why does it have to be cloudy tonight?
I don't think it is cloudy everywhere. It's clear when I was coming home from work.
Yeah, I think it's because
where you're in the country, really.
Rain's moving in. Across the north it is, because I can...
I'll have a look at the latest radar in just a moment.
Yeah,
Do
cool.
the facts chart first, then we'll look at the latest radar.
Yep.
Oh, excuse my French. Merci beaucoup. Right, so there's your latest facts chart from the Met Office as of 6 p.m. on the Thursday, the 12th of January. We've got this cold front which is cleared away from the southeast of England, and we're in quite a breezy westerly, perhaps to northwesterly parts of Scotland and Northern Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a windy spell overnight as that low moves into Norway, and we've got this occlusion in the north. We've got a ridge of high pressure moving up from the southwest, which will perhaps start to turn it a little bit dry in the south. There'll be fewer showers, perhaps from the Midlands southwards, really.
Yeah.
Any showers will be more for northern England towards Scotland.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. Let's have a look what happens with this feature. Does it move? Because either my screen's frozen. There we go. Gathering from the southwest, we've got next area of low pressure winding itself up, bringing in strong winds from the southwest. That on Saturday is moving across the country, plenty of rain, will be windy across the board. Saturday night, we're still under strong winds from west to northwesterly, with showers packing into the southwest and still rain or showers for northern England into Northern Ireland and Scotland. What happens with this? We can maintain more shower activity across the northern areas, with perhaps another feature trying to sneak into the south there.
Mm-hmm.
There's always that delay with this, is it? Never know why it does this for. Then for Monday, we're under a slack northwesterly. Maybe a few showers, maybe running down the Norfolk coast, but we'll have a look at that in just a second.
Yeah.
Someone's asking why is it cloudy. Let's have a look at the rainfall at the moment. Weather radar. So we've got all that rain in the northwest, which is what's been forecast. That rain that was in the south east has already cleared. Can I zoom out of this a bit? There we go. Let's go with that bleeding advert. There's no good showing us a wrap for Wednesday when it's Thursday.
Mm.
Means people have to wait a week. So yeah, there's that waterfront there, just obviously cleared into near Constance. We've got a few showers towards the Severn Estuary through into southwest England, and all this rain and showers with these really gusty winds for northern England and Northern Ireland. Can I turn the satellite on? Let's have a look at the infrared. I'm not sure if visible will be working. No.
Yeah, there we go. So you got the rain there across northern England, across southern Scotland as well, just moving in.
Yeah, it's hard to distinguish what's cloud and what isn't with this.
Yeah. Trying to think of another dude. Try visible sat. Have you tried visible?
Yeah, it's not loading up.
Oh, right. That's a bit poo in it. He's probably
No, because it's dark outside. We'll leave that for now. But
yeah,
I said, I know it was clear skies when I was coming home from work tonight here in the Central Midlands.
Yeah.
So let's go straight to the GFS charts. And we'll have a look at 850 so we know if the air's mild or cold above us.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it shows the sea surface, sea level pressure charts as well. So that relative mild air that we had has been cleared away with that cold front. So we're under relatively cold air, but not very cold. And we've got this warm front coming up for Saturday morning before the cold front comes through again and it turns colder. So let's see what happens with the weather for the next few days as we head into the weekend. We've got colder air moving in from the northwest. And another low pressure sinks towards the southeast, but actually hitting southwest of England there, which keeps us in the colder air. That does seem like it winds itself up as it goes into France, actually. So that's something to keep an eye on for Monday night.
It is. I'm just going to send you over a link regarding the satellite stuff.
Yeah, another Sat24 I usually use.
Weather Outlook. I've just sent you a link to the EMETSAT.
Yeah, I'll have a look at that in just a second.
Pushday.
So yeah, so that's maybe something to keep an eye on, maybe affecting perhaps the English Channel there.
Yep.
That could be severe gales affecting parts of France if it does come off. Then we've got the low pressure moving from northwest to southeast. You keep in the relatively cold air. It's not severe cold; it's just cooler than it has been.
Yeah, it's just chilly. But that -10's tapping. It's tapping on the door in northern Scotland.
We've got this high pressure set to west, and start trying. I was like, he's trying to get my teeth in. Well, yeah, trying to bring in the northerly winds, but was that going to have much effect, or we're going to get more of a northwesterly again? Yeah, it looks like we're retreating back to a northwesterly, and we've got mild air coming around this area of high pressure here. So it might be a few days of cold later next week before milder air starts to move in again. So it's like we've got high pressure trying to move in from the southwest, which will settle things down for, well, further southwest you are, really. And also that high pressure does actually move, seems to get closer to the UK, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And with that hot, warm air, but that's what that noise was. And with the warmer air above and maybe cold air at the surface because it maybe risk of fog, mist and fog. Bit of temperature inversion there. We've got high pressure sitting over the UK on this run from the GFS. Then towards the end of the run, it does try and bring in a northerly again as that high pressure retrogresses towards Greenland.
Gives it another attempt, doesn't it?
That would be interesting if that comes out. Then
Yeah.
high pressure up here, which just opens the floodgates to this cold air.
Just like it did in December.
Yeah.
No beastly, but it could just stick around that cold. Like there was the when we had that cold spell in December, it kept trying to push us back into that, that warmer regime, that more flat westerly.
Yeah.
But near it, because they're so hard to judge up until like 5 days, it'll always retreat back to the default.
Default setting, yeah.
Yeah, and because we've got the Madden Julian occurring over in the Western Pacific, it's to see how that amplification affects us in a couple of weeks' time, maybe.
Yeah. Just take a few days for it to sort itself out, doesn't it?
Yeah, he does. So yeah, so here's the winds.
So as the winds overnight, which the Met Office have got a yellow warning out. So we're looking, in perhaps if your neck of the woods, we're probably looking about a good 56 mile per hour gust, maybe.
Yeah, they were winding themselves up earlier, just waiting for the rain to come through, and then it should blow through then.
So it'll be a quiet day, and once that passes through in the early hours of tomorrow, it's going to be a quiet day tomorrow. A little breeze, but nothing like what's happening right now, really. The wind's picking up. Saturday morning, winds will pick up again from the southwest, looking maybe up to 50 mile per hour gusts for a time. Possibility that big jet TV will be live at Heathrow in the morning for that. Strong winds affecting northern areas through Saturday afternoon into the evening. Again, you could have a similar situation across the northwest England to northeast England through parts of the Irish Sea. So, it might be yellow warning out for that. Maybe tomorrow, we'll have to see. Then we'll have to keep an eye on this little feature that was popping up there for late Monday into Tuesday, where maybe gales or severe gales might affect southern areas here. So let's see what happens. So it turns quieter on Monday. You can see that that wind really come in there late Monday into Tuesday.
Yeah.
I'm looking possibly about 80 mile per hour gusts there for
into the Bay of
So that
Biscay.
could be a named storm there maybe from the French Met.
Yeah, most likely be for the French though, rather than us.
Yeah, so we're
Unless
just
it
going to.
moves a bit north.
Yeah, so at this stage, we're going to miss the worst of this, but definitely they've got one bit of a storm down there, perhaps through Normandy, but across the UK, much lighter winds.
Yeah.
If any wind at all, to be honest.
And another push of northerlies.
We're looking at about 20 to 30 mile per hour wind gusts there for next week.
Yeah.
Any more winds through for next week? Let's have a look. So it turns quieter with that area of high pressure moving in. So that brings the risk of, as I mentioned, I reckon more fog if there's going to be a warm air above. Obviously, it'll turn colder at the surface.
Yeah, we'll have the cold air in place from the next week or so. And we were blasting northerlies.
That'll take us to the end of that run.
Does indeed. And mine's T1 sugar.
Let's have a look at the precipitation type. See if any of this bit of cold air come down will bring any in the likes of.
Yeah.
Then we'll have a look at the freezing level.
Definitely.
So obviously, I said it's going to be mild through the start of the weekend here. That rain coming through. Then we're looking more late into Saturday into Sunday, where cold air moves in. So as you've seen on your runs, high ground of northern England, it's Scotland and Wales. There'll be some wintry showers. Again, would it be maybe wintry showers to low ground? We'll have a
Yeah,
look at the
it'd be like a really wet, sleety mix.
mostly rain, really, maybe
Yeah,
sleetiness over
it's
high ground.
yeah, in the heavier showers, and then
And
lost.
that will probably more like to be snow for the Scottish mountains, maybe to some low levels in northern Scotland, like we had back in December.
Mm-hmm.
Again, the risk there for a bit of wintry showers over high ground of northern England and Wales. And maybe some wintry showers affecting the east coast there into Norfolk. And that feature down there where that was probably potential storm, and potentially they could see a bit of snow for southwest England,
Indeed,
if unless it's the high ground.
probably over Exmoor and Dartmoor.
Yeah, but showing a bit of snow there for northern France where that
Mm.
storm comes through. Does that bring? That brings like another little feature through, but again, for western areas, could be some sleet or snow showers. And Thursday, potential for some snow, maybe. We'll have to have a because it's not defined. You can't have it showers or perhaps proper snow.
Yeah, that's Thursday.
So it'll be like coastal areas it's there. Then
And the
we've got that
high pressure.
high pressure moving in. It'll turn drier for what 10 days time.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah,
Then right
we're
at the end of the
Boston.
run, we'll see that northerly setting in again. We've got snow showers or winter showers affecting eastern coasts.
So that could be a northeasterly, really.
Yeah. So look at the snow depth, and it will tell you the snow line as well.
Yeah. So freezing level will be in meters, won't it?
Yes. So let's get through into late Saturday, then we'll have an
Yeah.
idea. So Saturday night, we're looking about above 600 metres from the Midlands northwards.
So that'll be over the highest peaks of the Peak District, maybe across the southern Pennines, somewhere like that. The Lancashire Pennines, which you can see there with the green.
Yeah.
That's the the snow depth, sorry.
Yeah. So any snowfall, really, this will be shown if you're above 600 metres.
Yeah, and they're 400. So I'll be like, it's getting lower. So
Yeah.
400 would be like Halifax, maybe Huddersfield, over the highest parts of them two towns, maybe Bradford, some high points in Bradford.
So this was shown late Monday into Tuesday, perhaps snow potential for southwest England, and at the moment is that 600 meters. Yeah. So let's see if that gets lower as
It
that
was
system
showing
moves.
200. It was showing 200 for my neck at Woods. There's a
Yeah.
200 line around the coast.
And
So
it's actually showing the highest ground of southwest England as well, above
I'd say it's
400
about
meters.
I've
Oh, actually, no, the 200 meters line. No,
100
sorry, it's 200 meter line.
zero. It's the 0 meter line that's inland. So anywhere away from coast it's going to be snow anywhere really from
Yeah.
Tuesday onwards.
So there's a
On the
possible
night
snow
time.
event there for southwest England
Yep,
overnight, Monday into Tuesday at this stage.
yep, with the 0 level. There we go. So basically, anywhere inland will be susceptible to snow above maybe a couple of 100 meters on the daytime. But on a night time, the freezing level will be at sea level.
Yeah. So, but
Um,
possibility there, definitely for southwest England, they could have a bit of a snow event at this
mm,
stage. Subject to change. Depends where that low pressure moves, as we've seen. I'll have a look in a second to see if what this morning's run will show and see if that low pressure was in a similar position.
uh-huh.
So this has actually got shown snow depth actually across Wednesday into Thursday. Obviously, it's a week away now
Yeah,
for much of England, really.
Still stays at around about 300 and then drops back again.
Then that would down. So yeah, if it's snow on the ground and that high pressure moves in with that warm air aloft, it definitely be a temperature inversion there. So that could, if there's fog, it could actually trap that cold air on the surface. So there could be some freezing fog, maybe. So it's going to be a bit of a messy high, really.
Yeah, it could be really cold underneath with any laying snow.
So let's have a look at the end of the run where that cold air, that northerly sets in. So there's that cold air moving back down again.
Yep.
But that's, so it's a long way off yet.
Yeah, it's nearly about 3 weeks away.
What I'm going to do is going to go back to 8:15. Just going to have a look at what this morning's run was doing, see if it's got a similar pattern. I will take it as far as 10 days on this.
Yeah.
He says. So there's that warm air for Saturday. That low pressure coming down on Sunday. Down this. So there's that low there for Monday. So that has that a little bit further north. Looking at that.
Yeah, comes in at a different line. It comes right across the southwest, doesn't it? And across South Wales.
So this is kind of like a similar. So the 6 o'clock run's more or less very similar to this afternoon lunchtime run. There's that high pressure moving in, and at the end there's the northerly set in. It doesn't.
No.
So there's a bit of disagreement there between the two model runs. So I'm look at the wind gusts, see if that does actually show that wind gusts a bit further north from Monday night into Tuesday, because that's definitely one to watch.
Yeah, I can hear the wind picking up outside, actually. Yeah, so that comes in
a little bit
further north.
I'll say about 30 to 50 miles further north.
Yeah, right into like
Normandy,
and then across the Biscay. The Bay of Biscay, inland there.
So let's see if that also shows that snow event for southwest England. So it's not very often southwest does get snow, but the potential there. Yeah, this has it a little, as I mentioned, it has a bit further northwest compared to the latest run.
Has it more across the Midlands and South Wales, and you can see there, look. So there's definitely probably a warm front trying to hit it, and comes up against that cold air, doesn't it?
Let's have a look at the snow depth on that. See if that does show that a bit further northwest compared to. So it's definitely Monday night to Tuesday. We need to keep an eye on.
Yes.
So definitely over Wales on this run. Maybe parts of the Midlands. Definitely the Midlands as well. So there's potential for some snow there for early part of next week on this morning's run of the GFS.
Yeah, a lot more snow on that one, isn't there?
Just seems nothing else is adding to it. It just seems to be sticking around probably because of the colder temperatures. And it starts freezing out. Let's go back to our latest run. Well, look at the temperatures of all things.
Yeah. No,
let's stick with the daytime temperatures. Quickly run through these. Start from tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a quiet day. Temperatures mid to high single digits across the board, away from Scotland, where it's going to be low single digits. Also, this mild air for a time moving up from the southwest. That warm front. Temperature in double figures before that cold front moves through, and we're back into single digits. And through Sunday, it will feel a lot cooler of late. Temperatures perhaps 4 or 5 degrees, but add on the wind, they might feel a few degrees lower than that.
Yep.
Blimey.
I know. I just seen that. I was like, "Ooh." So,
A bit drastic, isn't it, for Scotland?
Yeah. It's proper plummets, doesn't it? Yeah, -10.
Wow, that's like a sudden, like,
Oh,
3-degree drop. I was expecting that, to be honest, then.
No, not me.
So for Monday, we're looking at, excuse me,
Sub-zero.
temperatures barely above freezing for much of the UK and below freezing for northern areas. So
Yeah, 3 or 4 is
how
south.
mild it's been recently, we're definitely going to feel this bit of coldness.
Yeah. Don't put away the big coat just yet.
These are the maximum temperatures overnight, so obviously there's a risk of frost before that weather feature moves in from the southwest. So definitely we'll be seeing a frost there. I'm going to have a look at the lows, actually, because I wasn't expecting to see that one.
I thought I saw -16 across Scotland then. Let's go back.
But there's -14 I can see.
Yeah, that's what it probably was.
Let's have a look at the lows in a second. So for Tuesday, at this stage, temperatures will be struggling to get above freezing.
It'll be another ice day.
Yeah, depends if we get any snow showers.
Ooh. Well, we're across northern England then. Sorry, be nosy. I saw -6 or something like that. So it's 6 in the morning. Yeah, about -6. -3 to -6. Another minus.
To the next weekend, and so Wednesday at this stage, barely above freezing across much of across the UK, really.
Anywhere north of the M62, really. And then that moves further south. Still sub-zero. It's not as cold.
And tries to turn milder from the southwest. So we're going to have frosty nights and warmer days. Well, say warmer days.
If that hive's moving over the top, then obviously with this being 10 days out, it's probably over-egging it just a little bit.
I think what we're seeing here is obviously temperatures are warm here. Yeah. But as I said, because the upper air temperatures are warm, the surface temperatures are staying cold, so we're definitely going to be seeing fog.
Definitely an inversion. Could be foggy. Where it's foggy, it'll be sub-zero for definite. And where there's any snow as well, they'll be just kicking the heat out.
And that's how cold it is in the near constant still during the day. Right, let's go back and have a look at the moment temperatures. We're going to see double digits across the board is my question.
Minus double digits?
Not double digits across the board, but how cold is it going to be at night? It's like, I wasn't expecting this actually, because I was expecting perhaps still a bit mild at times, but it's almost like it's suddenly just come up on us, doesn't it?
Yeah. That has been forecast, but the Met Office has been saying, no, it's only going to be like 5, 6, 7 degrees. I'm not saying that they're liars or anything, but, you know, I think they've been underestimating it. And now that we're nearer to time.
Unless it's the latest model runs, unless it's just the GFS doing this.
No, I think they're all in agreement at the moment.
So there's Sunday morning with temperatures, low single figures, maybe a touch of frost for northern areas northwards. Then the colder rest really starts digging in through Sunday.
Yeah.
Perhaps some clearer skies as those weather systems say bye-bye. So we're seeing a -14 there for Highland, Scotland.
Yeah. It's another ice day.
So these are the number temperatures. So this is what I was like predicting what the lowest it will get. So these are not the daytime highs. So let's have a look through Tuesday night. So about -2, -3 across the board.
Yeah.
Maybe -16 there in parts of Highland, Scotland. So how's the lows are going to get at night is my question.
Exactly. Especially across England, there's -7s, -3s across the Midlands. -5, Ireland -4, -5. So yeah, it could get as cold as it did in December.
I don't think it will do because I got to -8 during December. I
Yeah,
reckon maybe -4, -5 during this.
yeah, could be. It just depends how much cold air comes out of Arctic, really, and out of Greenland,
Yeah.
and them winds still showing, even up to Friday. Another ice day there. But then as that high moves in, it pushes the air out. Interesting weather.
Yeah. Is there anything you want me to look at before I hand back over to you,
Well, we
actually?
close. We'll have a look at the PV. See what's
Any
going
signs
on
of
there.
warming? I'll have a
Then
quick flick through this.
yeah, you can go watch The Apprentice then.
Oh, crap. I forgot about that.
I'm watching it now. I'm not saying nothing. I don't watch it. I just had it on because I was watching EastEnders before it came
Do you know what?
on.
It completely slipped my mind.
Ooh, I'll get a squeeze there.
Yeah.
It's giving a good squeeze on there, like a sausage butty, and a bit of warming.
Oh, a bit of warming. Are we going
A
to
bit
see
of
any
warming.
reds? That's definitely putting pressure on the
Oh,
PV, isn't it?
it is, and it's pushing into the Arctic as well. So towards the end of the run,
So it's definitely putting pressure on the
the polar vortex,
yeah.
which in turn it could cause a February thing. But I remember reading with NetWeather, they were saying that they thought there might be a SSV sometime in January, from what they were reading. I'll have to have a look over that again, actually, their winter forecast.
So as I'm just rocking this forward, as you see, we've got warming either side. It really puts pressure on, doesn't it? All of a sudden.
It just comes over the top of it.
Let's have a look at the 6 o'clock run, see if that does a similar thing.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look as drastic as saying that. There it comes. But do we see any warming?
Yep,
Yes, we do.
pushes in as well.
Not quite in a southern stratospheric warming. For
No,
that time, we need to see it into the reds, but we're not quite seeing that. It's putting a lot of pressure on the PV.
it is indeed.
PV's not liking that, is it?
It is not. Right, let me go to downloads.
I'm just going to stop sharing a second.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've heard, actually. I've read somewhere that the La Nina is possibly on its way out, and we could see El Nino during the summer of this year.
Okay.
I'll bring up the sea surface temperatures. Probably the last thing I will look at tonight.
Yep.
So this is the latest sea surface temperatures. What we're looking at is around the central area here, and because we've not looked at this for a while.
No, we haven't.
It seems like the colder is actually more towards the central to western Pacific now. Seems signs of warming up towards the eastern side of the.
Yeah, it looks like it's reversing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's usually the waves are facing towards the equator, aren't they? Like way towards South America. You can see a really cold bit there across. Is it Peru or somewhere maybe? Yeah, around there. Yeah. So you can see a bit of warming there.
Yeah, it seems like it's more concentrated towards the central to western side of the Pacific. So could that mean it's on its way out? Is the question.
Worth keeping an eye on it next month or so.
Yeah, just have a quick look around the UK. Actually, it seems still a bit above average.
Yeah,
It's surprised really because of how cold it was at the start of winter. I thought I might have knocked temperatures down quite a bit.
Yeah, it's got to well it up from the depths, hasn't it? So that's why we really need storms to, well that cold air up. like you can see across them western parts of America, on the eastern side of the Pacific, where they've had storms recently. It's welled up some of that cold thing on there across thingy as well, yeah, across China and Japan. So that's probably one of the reasons why ours is still quite warmer than average, because we've not really had anything, that's welled up the cold water from the depths of the sea. Probably why we're getting so much rain.
So there's the, as I said, that's the latest sea surface temperatures. We've not looked at that for a while, have we?
No, we haven't. So yeah, there they are.
Right.
Interesting.
Is there anything else you would like to look at before we go?
Not really. No, I can't get my pictures up on screen, so I'll leave them till when we come on next. But it'd be interesting to see where we are this time on Sunday.
Yeah,
I might not be on because I've got my shift on Sunday, so we'll work something out. But yeah, Monday's when the cold air starts to kick in proper. Saturday's like the transition day, so that's the day people want to watch out and wait for the cold air.
After that low from Monday night into Tuesday, it's definitely one to watch. It could be further north, it could be further south, as we've seen
it could
on
be even further east. It could come in across the main part of the inland in England and slice straight down and bring a snow event across most parts of England and Wales and possibly even Ireland as well. So definitely worth watching in the next few days.
And we'll definitely have a live.
Yeah, we'll be live at some point.
Either Saturday or Sunday. We'll sort something out.
We'll sort it out between us and we'll let you know.
Yeah. And if we need to change a day because of your work, then we'll sort something out with that as well.
We'll work it out. Yeah, no probs. Right then, guys. So that's us wrapping it up for tonight. It's going to get colder, but how cold is open to debate.
Indefinitely.
So I'm going to say good night from him.
And it's good night from him.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again soon.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.